Think about a brand that you know and love. Maybe an electronics brand, maybe a car brand. How long have they been around? How long have they stood the test of time? 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. When you take a look at this brand and what it does, take a 1 and put a couple of zeros after that. 100 years. That's Le Creuset. That's how long they've been around, and 10 years on QVC. And when we offer a thing called Today's Special Value, another brand that's been around a long time, take advantage of it because it doesn't last. It goes away at the end of the day. So what is this Le Creuset Today's Special Value? Well, we're going to have to battle. Is it a skillet? Is it a saute pan? Is it a Dutch oven? Yes, yes, and yes. This is going to be your go-to everyday pan. Are you a collector of Le Creuset? Love it. You put it away, you display it. This is the one you come back to again and again and again and use every day because you can braise with it, you can fry with it, you can boil with it, you name it, you can bake with this, and it's the 3 3/4 quart. It's called the Cassadou. What can it do? What can't the Cassadou do? We're going to go through that and so much more with our friend Nate Collier, who's a great executive chef. But after we go through these colors, I will tell you that since midnight, how many people have said, I want it? 3,000 of you. Price goes away at the end of the day. Big story. Now, here's the other story. You're saving $60 from the retail value. But if you use that thank you VIP using that Q card, you get another $20 off. That's an $80 savings. So Q card lovers, this is your opportunity. If you'd like to pick it up, we have colors and colors that are only here. And the other thing about this is that our chefs, our prep chefs, Jason, everybody they love this glass lid. Because not only is it cook and look, but now it makes it lighter. So this is a lighter weight every day. You want a Dutch oven? You got it. You want a saute pan? You've got it. You want it in the mauve? Only here at QVC. With 3,000 ordered, it's the morning. This is not going to make it in the kitchen with David. No advance order on this right now. 1,700 remaining. Wake up. Good morning. Mauve all the way. Move on the mauve. Cassadou. This is the cerise. Cerise is red. They're all that ombre effect. I'll show you the bottom of it. Come with that cook and look lid. 3 3/4 capacity in terms of the quart. And this is the Marseille. Marseille is blue. Classic French names. Why? Because it's made in France. Did we just give them the French names? No, they're actually made in France. This is the sea salt. Sea salt is a great color, one of the newest colors to the collection. If you love that beachy kind of pulled back vibe, you've got it. This is called artichaut. It's the green. This is the oyster. If you love grays and whites and stainless steel, this is the oyster. Now, one of the returners that we haven't had on often is this white. Nate, just shout out. I'll bring your mic up. How often do we do a true white as a Today's Special Value?
Not very often. In fact, it's actually becoming one of our most popular cast iron colors, especially on wedding registries. It's one of our most popular colors, and I love it. You know, we're famous for our colors, but that really makes the food pop. And Rick, still fully enameled and protected by that white enamel.
And speaking of fully enameled, how did that start 100 years ago? 100 with the flame. This is the one that if you're getting into this world of Le Creuset and you want the iconic, you want the OG, you want the one that started, get that flame. It's beautiful, it's orange. Recipes, of course, they're included. This with that cook and look lid, only here at QVC. That's the color story. Again, don't wait on this one. This is the mauve. The mauve right now in this show, probably not going to make noon. All right, it's already most popular. So having said that, let's set this up. Good morning, buddy.
Good morning, Rick. How are you?
No need to fist bump right now.
No, that's right. We'll do a little elbow bump. How about that?
Cassadou. People are seeing that word. I say, what can it do? What can't it do?
What can it do? And so you can see here, I'm going to show the profile again in this beautiful mauve pink. You're getting the stick handle on one side, so easy to maneuver around your stove, like a traditional skillet or saute pan. Helper handle on the other side, so you can take it to the oven, to the table, just like a Dutch oven. 3 3/4 quarts capacity, so you're getting that everyday versatility, but also enough to feed. And here's what everybody wants to know.
An army of people.
This is what sets cast iron apart. It's the beautiful flavor. It's the tender results. We did some chicken cacciatore in this vessel, which cacciatore, Cassadou, they all mean hunter. That's where this shape come from, which I'll talk about in a minute. But look, if you see, we're going to shred. Grab a little plate right there, Rick. We're going to shred this chicken up. And look at how
it infuses
beautifully
with flavor.
Tender this already is, just with a spoon and fork coming out of here, all those peppers and onions cooking down in this. I'm gonna serve it over some noodles, but just give everyone a taste here and tell them how tender and how much flavor is in this, and it's the cast iron, the enamel, and the shape all together that give you those results.
I know how it's going to taste. This is my wife Amy's favorite brand on QVC, and whenever she brings out the big Dutch oven, I know, she's bringing out the Le Creuset. Right, it's going to be good eating tonight. My kids know that.
Yeah.
It's because it's so tender, it's so moist. It's infused with the flavor. So the tomatoes
so
are
good.
inside the chicken here. They're just, it's a better way to cook. That's why it's been around for 100 years. But I saw you with Mary D last night, and there was a caller.
Yeah.
And the caller said, I collect Le Creuset.
Yeah.
And if you collect Le Creuset, call us, wake us up, make Sundays brighter for us. 1-800-395-1601. We'll put up the testimonial line. It's up there right now. She said, I collect it, I love it, but this is the piece I use every day.
She literally said every day.
Not on the shelf, not in the cabinet. This is the one every day. Why? Because it's lighter weight, because she can do so much more with it, Nate.
That's absolutely right. And we'll take a look at this again here. You've got the graphic up there. It's durable and easy to clean, just like all of our enameled cast iron. So not raw cast iron, no seasoning needed, easy to maintain because of that enamel coating. Wide surface area. So this Cassadou has a really generous surface area for browning, for developing that flavor, and then the enamel releases it for you. Ergonomic handles, like I said, a mix of that stick handle for maneuvering around the stovetop, just like your favorite skillet or saute pan, and then the helper handle to help you take it in and out of the oven or over to your table to serve from, because it will stay warm on the table.
I have friends, by the way, who are I just turned 64, like friends of mine who are in their 60s now, and lifting up a big Dutch oven with food in it out of an oven can be difficult.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're in that age of possibilities, raise your hand, right? If you want something where you can still feed an army, get all the benefits of Le Creuset, of that enameled cast iron, and have it be lighter weight, and have it have that big, wonderful handle on it, and now that Dutch oven, I'm not going to fry stuff on the stove with that Dutch oven. I could.
You could.
But now it's a saute pan.
Now it's a saute pan. And Rick, you're getting all of the versatility of that deep skillet. So you can see the profile here. This is over 3.5 inches deep. You can go in this with just searing steaks and you won't have as much splatter in it, but you can shallow fry in it. You can get in it to flip things easier, to your point, than a Dutch oven would.
Right.
But we add the lid to this in the 3 3/4 quart capacity, and you can do all those things that Dutch oven can do, but with this glass lid, not only can you see what's happening, you can see your food browning, you can see when you're serving, it's lighter weight than our cast iron lid, so it will still trap the steam. We do still have that lip right there milled into the glass lids to lock the flavor and steam right onto this vessel. However, it's a little bit lighter weight, so to your point, easier to maneuver, easier to use on the stove to look down and see. So every day, this is the most versatile configuration, but it still goes in the oven. It's still 3 3/4 quart capacity.
And unlike everything else that's made today, which is like this planned obsolescence, like my refrigerator recently.
Oh gosh.
Planned, like they plan it to like the lights to break down and they have to take off the whole motherboard. I got to replace them.
Oh yeah.
Really? Call us in 30 years and let us know how this is going.
There's no moving parts here that you're going to have to replace
Guys, there's
later.
no AI here. Hey, guess what? This is an investment piece that you're going to have for years and years to come. Use 5Z payments and use that 20% off. Thank you, VIP, on your Q card, and you've got 100 years of quality that's going to last and last. And those short ribs, man,
Look
here we go.
at that. So,
it's all about the short ribs whenever I come and see you, Nate.
So I love doing short ribs in cast iron. Number one, because you are going to get this beautiful brown sear on cast iron better than any other material out there. Nothing retains heat like cast iron, and this is what gives you that brown flavor, because if you have a thinner pan, two things can happen. Number one, it cools off and it goes gray and steamed and you get no flavor.
Everybody in the control room would say, yeah, you can just put those up on a plate and bring those up anytime you want to.
Yeah, or you have to adjust the temperature over and over again to try and keep it hot. Then you end up scorching it. And here's the best, because you've got that beautiful brown flavor in there.
Are you going to do the after on those?
Oh, yeah. We'll show it a little bit later, so it'll take me a minute to build this together.
The TV before and after, and how those break apart. It's $44, $279 is the retail value. You're saving $60, plus thank you VIP, another $20. Big savings. Now, I do want to give you an update. We have a limited quantity, and then we have another ship date, I believe, right, Mr. Producer? Checking on that right now, 2/17. So, but if you want it like early, like you want to be the first one to pick this up and get it home in this fantastic story of Le Creuset, you can do it. 1,600 remaining in the mauve pink. I'm going to go through them again. And then I'm going to give you some rapid fire questions.
Let's do it.
Take your calls at 1-800-395-1601. Mauve pink. So Nate, this is only here at Q.
Correct.
This is made in France.
Correct.
The French country and Le Creuset, the company, made this just for our QVC viewers.
We absolutely did.
Great story.
This configuration just for QVC, and again, because the versatility is unlike anything else that we make with this piece, with the shape, with the glass lid, and every single quality that you would get of any cast iron piece from Le Creuset is still built right in.
This is not the weight of that Dutch oven. It's like 7 pounds.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the cerise. That's the red. You want it. And want it quicker, you can do Marseille is the blue. It is gradient. We're gonna show you how it's made, take your calls, and take you through it. This isn't a knockoff. This is a different, pronunciation, a different spelling of Le Creuset, right? This is the true, real deal that you're getting and gonna have for years and years. Sea salt. How new is the sea salt, Nate?
I believe it's 3 years old, but it's really over the past 2 years become our biggest, fastest growing color.
Fastest growing color.
Cerise is still most popular, but that is close on its heels.
Cerise you're loving it. Mauve is going quickly. Almost 300 people are shopping in the moment right now. This is called Artichaut. Artichaut, right? It's got that beautiful gradient green. Love, love, love it. This is the oyster. The oyster is a gray, gradient gray. You can see that is all enameled. How's it done? It's done the old-fashioned way. For this company that's 100 years old, white is actually one of our most limited that we have. I think there's a limited quantity, and then there's how many? 1,500 in that classic white. That's true white on the interior. Nate's going to go through what happens to it over time and that color and what happens to it. And this is the flame, the one that started it all. Recipes, cook and look lid. Come on. All right, let's go to this. What is this story? Bring me back a few years into this enameling story, if you would.
Yeah, so we put enamel on cast iron. It was an enameling expert and a casting expert that started our company, and we were the first to put colored enamel on any cookware. You can see the base coat goes on first, so even the rims that you see on the tip of this pan, fully sealed. You can soak it. You don't have to worry about any rusting, any pitting, any staining or oxidizing. Sand enamel interior coat, so you can see what's happening on the bottom of the pan and release that flavor back into your food. Multiple coats of colored enamel on the outside, Rick, not only to get the beautiful gradient, like dark to light color, that's multiple coats of enamel, but that just makes it more durable because we put so many coats of enamel on this. And it's not just sprayed on paint. This goes on, it's a powdered glass frit, and then it melts into the cast iron at unbelievably high temperatures. It becomes part of the cast iron.
Come on, 1-800-395-1601. Rapid fire. How do I care for this? Is it dishwasher safe, Nate?
It is dishwasher safe, but honestly, you don't need to put this in the dishwasher. It's big, it takes up room. You can wipe anything right off the bottom of this enamel. Even just looking here, we've got tomato paste cooked on fond in the bottom of these short ribs. What you want to do is called deglazing. We're going to add a little bit of wine to the bottom of the pan.
Yes, please.
Let that enamel do the work for you, Rick. It will release all of the brown bits from the bottom of the pan. It will release all of the tomatoes from the pan.
Look at that.
No staining,
Now,
nothing.
after you do that, are you going to put that in the oven?
This will go in the oven. I'm going to add a little bit of herbs here. You can add a cinnamon stick. Now, braising, you don't want to go all the way over the meat and boil it and stew this. We're going to bring this to a simmer, put the lid on.
30-day return policy. Bring this home, make the short ribs, and if they're not the best short ribs you've ever had, send it back. Of everything we're talking about cast iron in 100 years, it's the flavor, the flavor, the flavor of the food.
It really is. So the cast iron holds on to heat to give you the beautiful brown flavor. The enamel is releasing all of that back. So not only do you get the flavor in your sauce, but it's easier to clean.
And why is the lid important?
The lid is important because, look, we've got this lip built right into, it's not only on our cast iron lids, but these glass lids too have that lip that can lock the steam, the moisture, the flavor right into this. So when we take it to the oven and cook low and slow, that's just going to cycle the moisture and the flavor back into the short ribs. So the cast iron and the enamel are all about building and releasing the flavor. The lid is about building texture for that tender, tender result.
Guys, your opportunity right now for 5 easy payments. It's free shipping and handling, $60 off. That thank you VIP means it's going to be $80 off. 3,500 people have picked it up. There's a limited quantity and then an advance order. I think it's February 17th. So if you want it in January, in the next few days, to start off your brand new year, maybe it's a brand new year that has to do with eating better, making wiser choices. Maybe it's a brand, I got another one for you with my wife and I. empty nesters. Guess
Yeah.
what we're doing? Are you in this category? You're now, I just did it yesterday. I donated clothes.
Oh, yes.
Cleared out the closet.
Beginning
Do you
of
ever
every
go
year
into
we
your,
go for
into,
it.
your, into all the cookware and the stuff that you've used, the gadgets, the gizmos, you think, we haven't used that for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Let's donate, pay it forward, be nice to some other people, and guess what? Have one fantastic piece that you use again and again and again that you know is going to last. It's not going to collect dust. You know that the food's going to be better. Your family's going to be happy. You know that you got more than enough capacity.
Yeah.
And now here is the result of those short ribs.
So you can see
Boom.
coming right out of the oven.
Guys, we got to get an overhead on that one.
Still tender.